This week it is the 2025 Hyundai Tucson N-Line Hybrid Elite. The 2025 brings a couple of tasty updates, and of course it adds an N-Line package as well for $2,500. The $2,500 gets you nicer wheels, some N-Line badges, mats and so forth, though for some reason the mats are in the back, not sure why that is. There's a choice of 3 drivetrains. Well, there's all-wheel drive for the top 2 models, front-wheel drive available in all models. There's a hybrid, which is available in the top 2 models. It's a 1.6 litre hybrid, turbo hybrid. Strangely enough, living up to its fuel savings promises. We'll get into that in a minute. There's a couple of changes at the front. These are the headlights down here, and they're all LED. The daytime running lights are LED as well. And in the brochure it says they're hidden, but I'm not quite sure what that means. The grille's been revised, and the N-Line package adds a couple of extra bits of trim. And around the back, there've also been a couple of changes. The lighting is all LED as well. It is supposed to automatically open. It's got a spacious rear cargo area, 12-volt outlet here, couple of things either side to let the levers to let the back seats down, which split in a 60/40. Here are the mats I spoke about. Nice N-Line mats. And surprise, surprise, there's a spare tyre. There's enough room under there for a full-size one, which is a real surprise these days. And this does go up far enough for me to actually stand under, which I like to do in the wet weather. Let's have a sit in the back just quickly. I've done this before, so I'm not going to put too much time into it. Oh, there we go. Oh. Now, you can see that I've got a ton of headroom. The seat is set for me, and I've got a ton of knee room. I can fit my feet under the seat in front. The center console's got a couple of vents and a couple of USB charge points. And this, of course, with the N-Line package, has updated leather and suede seats. And you can see looking forward that these headrests actually give the rear passengers a pretty good view forward. And there's tasteful red stitching too, but only on the front doors. The back doors is all this plastic stuff. They've cheaped out. That plastic's really nasty. But there are bottle holders, and there's a speaker there as well. I'll talk about that in a minute. This still has the absolutely horrible Hyundai Group overspeed warning, which is fine if you're not speeding. But if the vehicle thinks you are, and by that includes it showing the wrong zone, which it often does, it will... Okay. Take me to Hyundai Lane Cove Road.
Please say the line number of the location you want to go to.
There we go.
Do you want to be guided to this place?
Yes, I do. Okay, it just so happens that I'm going back to Hyundai Australia's HQ to pick up a Santa Fe, which I'm looking forward to very much. All right. Now I've just got this in, I'm just going to put it in Sport. Still fairly leisurely, 172 kilowatts. It's just got standard suspension, so nothing terribly fancy. I haven't found a way to change the recuperative braking. I know it's in there, I saw it, I just can't get back to it. The steering feels nice and tight. Bear in mind that would have tightened up with sport mode. There's only 3 modes. Oh, tree down. It's an incredibly windy day, as you can see by my Buffon coiffeur. There are only 3 drive modes. There's My Mode, which is a programmable one, Eco and Sport. So Eco, I guess, is normal. This particular trip is 300 kilometers and it's on 5.8 litres per 100 kilometers. Now that is partially because on the way up in the tight bends, I had a bit of a flog. I put it in sport mode and put my foot down, although the speed limit on this road has been reduced. And the thing that I like about the drive modes is that you don't have to know where you are. You can scroll up or down and it'll just keep scrolling through all the drive modes. Some brands, you've got to go up or down depending on where you are. The Tucson feels quite frisky. Inside, a lot of the changes aren't obvious for the 2025 model year. I did notice that there doesn't seem to be a front camera, although it does say in the blurb that there's 360-degree cameras. Maybe that's only on the top model. And in case you're wondering, this is an Elite and it's the mid-range model. Mid-range front-wheel drive. At this speed, doing the speed limit through these bends, the Tucson is lovely and quiet. Really is very quiet. It's very sorted, very tight. Apparently its structural integrity has been increased. While I've got a few minutes, I do want to touch on, oh God, there's debris all over the road. I do want to touch on the audio system. Even though this head unit is new, and it's 4 times or 10 times faster, or however much faster it is, the speakers really let this system down. That, quite frankly, the sound out of this audio system is ordinary. I want the quality to sound like it's warm and tonal and that you can hear every note. And in this, it was just a bit of a murky mess. Now I want to talk a little bit about the hybrid system itself. 172 is it combined. And it's just cruising along, charging up the battery. We've done 300 kilometers this week and it's on 5.7 litres per 100 kilometers. And the long term since it was last reset, which is 1144 kilometers, is 5.6 litres per 100 kilometers, which I think is pretty good. The 6-speed automatic is very smooth, and that proves, of course, that you don't have to have a nasty old CVT automatic in hybrids. The other thing that I like is because this is a mid-range model at about 52,000 and some change, there's not all the frippery. There's not a sunroof, which I don't like, wouldn't use, never open, don't even have the shade open mostly. Now, turn the steering on. Lane control is on. Oh, geez. Now I've got the cruise control on now, and I don't know if you can see it. It is a very windy day. Very, very windy day. It's basically a windstorm. But the steering wheel is very unsettled. This is a new version of Highway Assist, and I'm not entirely sure I like it. It seems very insistent. Let's just see if it's going to behave itself and stay in the middle of the road. I can see now that the petrol engine is charging the battery and driving the front wheels. Lovely. At 110, the cabin is fairly quiet. Now you see it's dragged me over to one side of the road and I'm trying to pull it back. I don't know why it's so wayward. Oh geez, I can feel the steering wheel moving. I don't like this. I don't like this. The good thing is that all this can be solved with over-the-air updates, and that's what the Blue Link is all about. That it's an app on your phone, so this has got an embedded SIM. At least for the warranty, the car company is picking up the tab for the connection to the cell tower. After your warranty finishes, you have to pay for that yourself. So let's round up. I'm incredibly impressed overall. One or two things need sorting, and they can be sorted with over-the-air updates. So this lane control is a little bit too strong, a little bit rambunctious, but that can be fixed. The speakers, they can't be fixed. That's all this week from the Hyundai Tucson Elite Hybrid N-Line. There's a few little things I'd improve, but by God, it's a great car, and I think it's not bad value either. And as always, hit like, leave a comment, and just on the little round thing to subscribe.